Welcome back to the Alexia Fontella Experience. I'm here today with Uriel Martinez.
How are you?
He is a not well known soccer player for Elmhurst College.
University.
Elmhurst University now. Sorry. When did you start playing soccer?
I started playing soccer, I think around the age of 4 or 5 years old. Um,
Wow.
do you want me to get into how I started? Or
Yeah. I mean, that was my next question, so sure.
all right, so I pretty much grew up around a soccer family. My dad was a big advocate in me playing, and as a kid, during the weekends, one of the most memorable things I remember as a kid was just going to the park and seeing my dad play with my mom, and just see my dad play some soccer with his friends. And obviously he was in the competitive league, and just being around that environment and seeing that every weekend kind of made me conform to the sport a bit. But deep down I knew, as the went on for me in my life, I knew this was something that I liked and I enjoyed, and that I would like to get better at it, because I knew that there's like a career in this, but it's, as they say, it's really hard to get into to be a professional.
Why do you enjoy playing soccer, as you mentioned? What are some reasons?
The reasons I enjoy,
Yeah.
for the most part, I think I met a lot of great people, a lot of great coaches, players, and just people um, behind that. And as a player, you get to build all these kind of relationships, and no matter what kind of ethnicity that they are, there's no barriers when it comes to playing a sport, because it's something that you all love. Um, I know, for one thing, for me, I mean, I kind of grew up in a neighborhood where there was a lot of Latinos and Hispanics. Um, but going into my adolescent years, I grew up playing with a lot of Caucasian and white kids in the northern suburban areas of Chicago. And as a Hispanic player, you get to build those relationships with them, and kind of get to know them a bit better, of what are their strengths and weaknesses. And that's another thing that I've enjoyed for the most part, is just being able to be a problem solver for the most part. When you're playing in the game, you're put in a situation. Sometimes you're down a goal, sometimes you're tied and want the winning goal. And I think it's kind of the adrenaline rush for me, because as a leader and as a captain of the Elmhurst University men's soccer team, um, you gotta be able to adapt and find ways to get the desired outcome of certain games. And another reason why I enjoy playing is, I think it's the fitness part, and just just not feeling like that this is a thing that I have to do. I know it's a thing that I love to do. I enjoy the training sessions of it. I enjoy competing in the games of it. Um, and it's kind of brought this character out of me, where where I just became very competitive and take everything serious in whatever I do. I mean, um, I don't know if my girlfriend can attest to this, but I know there are moments in our relationship that I take very serious. Um, I don't know if she has any feedback to verify this, but
He does. He does take everything very seriously.
um, but that's just me, and I know she understands that's just my way of living my life. But I know she can accept the person who I am and not want me to change because I know she loves me.
Sure. And then, where do you see your soccer career going? Like, what's the end game of you playing soccer?
hopefully, hopefully, just playing professional. I know it's kind of hard to come to come about as a Division 3 soccer player, but it is
At Elmhurst
possible
University.
at Elmhurst University. Sorry, I forgot to mention that. Did I mention I went to Elmhurst University? I'm sorry.
I don't think you mentioned it enough.
Oh.
Maybe they'll sponsor us.
Maybe. But mm, hopefully it's to become a professional. Um, but like I said, it's just coming up as a Division 3 athlete. There's not a lot of scouts looking at players
In
that
Division
in
3
Division 3,
at Elmhurst University.
but there are scouts that do look at Division 3. But you really have to perform well and kind of market yourself out there because in the professional world it's really competitive. I think there's a statistic of I think less than 1% of college athletes go pro as a soccer player, and that kind of opens your eyes a bit and kind of realize that um, some things that are not meant to be, But for the most part, hopefully it's become professional, whether it's outdoor or indoor. If I had to go abroad elsewhere, I'll be willing to take my chance because it is something that I love, and I don't know if Alexia here agrees with me on that, but I know she
Wherever
know.
you go, I'll go. And then this past year, you had an injury.
Yes.
Can you give us a play-by-play of your injury,
A
please?
play-by-play,
Yes, please.
like the exact wording of how it
Exact
happened.
wording of everything that happened.
If I remember,
I want play-by-play of what happened to your ankle.
If I remember vividly, it was a goal punt. We had given up the ball to the goalie because I think it was a cross from it, but it was definitely a goal punt, and usually these punts go up high in the air. Can't really give you an estimate of how high it was, but it's usually pretty high. And as a player, you're trying to stop the ball from bouncing on the field because if you don't, the opponent can definitely punish you and score a goal right away. I mean, that's the game of soccer. But anyways, like I said, the game's very quick in the college level, and you have to be mentally prepared of what you're gonna do with it. But I think for me, I kind of second guessed myself into how high the ball was bouncing, and I think I got to it, got it deflected by the opponent, and I went running into it because another guy was coming for it. But I beat him to it and kind of tackled him a bit. But when I went to that tackle, I think it was like a 50-50 ball for us. And that kid came in sliding from behind. I believe my ankle was caught in the turf. So when I went to the ground, his momentum pushed my body weight forward and kind of twisted my ankle one way while my body shifted the other way. So as a player, I felt this cracking noise inside of me, and I tried to get up. Oof. Bless you. I tried to get up, but I was unable to. Just hearing that cracking noise inside of me, I just knew that something wasn't right. And what's next?
And then the recovery process. How was that for you?
It was not tough. I'm still having a hard time with it. Just body weight wise. But anyways, I decided not to opt in for surgery, although it was recommended. I just didn't want to I didn't want to go through the procedure and just took my chances because it was the off season, so I had time to recover, but it wasn't healing properly, so I had to get surgery done in order to get this fixed and looked at right away. So on March 2nd, I believe it was March 2nd.
It was.
March 2nd and March 3rd of this year, but I had gotten a metal plate inserted into the area that I fractured, which was a lateral malleolus fracture, and that's in my fibula. Um, it was pretty quick, but this was my first time getting surgery, so everything was new to me, such as the feeling of this new plate inside of me, and just dealing with surgery afterwards. Um, After that was done, I had to wear a walking boot and not place any weight on my foot for about a month to 2 months, and then I had to start PT over the summer, but even PT was kind of hard. But once I was done with PT, when school was coming to was about to start, I tried practicing with my team, but I still suffered some pain in my ankle, and I found out that I needed to do more physical therapy. So that was even tough for me. But it really helped a lot. I feel a lot better, and this injury has been over a year, but I'm feeling a little bit better. I still suffer some of the side effects, as you may say it is. I'm kind of a little bit overweight, but I know once I get the ship rolling now, I can get this weight removed as soon as possible.
Well, thank you for talking with me about your soccer experience and injury. It was very
Yes,
informational.
my pleasure, baby.
Um, Thank you for coming on the Alexia Experience, and that is our episode.